So let's pick up on what's happened since last video. Last Bitcoin update was covering this weekly channel on the log curve, and you know what's happened in and around here. We'll zoom in just 1 second, but you can see we've been eyeing around that 19,400 level, in between that 2,100 level. Pretty much those three spots that was keeping an eye on. So got some very interesting technicals to share here. And with everything that's going on in the world, it's this is it. I mean, if this is gonna propel this asset into new all-time highs, this is what we've been talking about pretty much for a decade. The collapse of the dollar and what's happening in the world. I don't want to spend too much time covering it. It's a bit grim, to be honest. It's very grim. There's a lot going on, a lot of psyops, in my opinion, for fear. And when there's fear in the markets, shit happens. So, without getting into too little detail down in this little section here, all I wanted to just talk about is the reaction to the levels I was talking about. That was the investor cost basis. We had this candle come down, had another candle kind of spike up, didn't even reach the previous low, and then we've got this weekly candle which is moving upwards, and we've already touched closing on that previous all-time high. I mean, we're pretty much on it at the moment. Non-farm payrolls in a moment, probably in about an hour, and yeah, looking very interesting. So can't say too much at this particular moment on this chart, but I just want to share some details from my daily chart here. So let's just switch that over. Okay, so this is crazy. Okay, so if anybody who knows me, this Overwatch, right? The Overwatch EMA cross, which is a very powerful indicator. So you can see these previous crosses, and I mean this goes way back. This goes way back, guys. This is very, look at this, crossing up here, all the way up, crossing down, and so on. So my point is this is it's not the earliest of indicators. Usually I use this on the 4-hour, and it gives us a little bit of an earlier scope. But the daily one is legit, and as you can see, so it crossed to the downside here. We'll just quickly measure these up actually. So as you can see, crossed to the downside, and then we're pretty much on this red dot here, so moving all the way down to its low, 20% move. Then cross to the upside here. This is the large candle, so it's going to be a bit awkward to get in here, but nevertheless we'll just measure it up to the top, 18% move. And then by the time it's swapped back down here, okay, you can see it's crossed to the downside there. Measure it to the low, 10% move, and it's crossed up. Okay, so last time it's crossed, we're on upside, so we'll just measure it from the dart, and we've had a 7% move so far. Now, the 7% move, personally, I'm not too sure it's done with its move. We are above that midline, and yeah, so Overwatch to the upside, and we have kind of broke this structure here. And I mean, I'm not too sure whether this is just an in and out. It looks like an inside bar there. Yeah, interesting. So just covering that previous daily wick, and the star of the show is this. Just keep an eye on this. So we've had this move down into this area, which produced this divergence on the Overwatch. Okay, and as you can see, it's been consolidating pretty much since mid-June. Okay, so mid-June, we're looking at 110 days. So that's quite a while. So 110 days sideways action. So as you can see, this this green trend line here, trend channel, you can see that we've had a few spikes into it. It's tried to move down, touch the white box, which is a liquidity area, and then we've actually broken above. Okay, now this is interesting because what's happened is we've broken out of this trend line, and when I zoom out, you're going to see how important this trend line is. we've almost broke that structure here. Daily has closed above this kind of area here, this spot, and come down for a retracement, kind of onto the 20k level. Could this be testing for support now before a rocket? We've got non-farm payrolls. Could do it. Could do it. I mean, everything's looking good to me. So we'll see. Even if it does have a retracement back down, because that's what usually happens. The market breaks a structure, retraces, and then moves. Retracing could be holding on this 20k support. So details, but this trend line, I've been waiting for this. So as you can see, it's moved into this trend line here and then moved back down. Last time it's touched all the way up here, look, couldn't penetrate it, bang, 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 many wicks there. So boom, look at that, the all-time high. Okay, so this is the trend line, the bear market trend line, and we've broken out of it. So interesting times. That's pretty much all we've got for now, but I hope you got a position, guys, because there's still time. I think there's still much time. Let's wait for a serious move up, and then we can move on the retracements or etc. Been stacking up. So wishing everybody all the best, guys, and take care.